Let's go to Norfolk, Nebraska. Kelsey is there. Kelsey, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. How's it going?
Kelsey, I'm living the dream. What's going on?
I've got a question. So I'm working through the discovery phase right now, and I'm kind of stuck because of my husband's job. We are located in a pretty small town in Nebraska, so the actual job options are pretty limited.
Yeah.
And I think I'm stuck on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a situation where you're confined, you're stuck because of a small amount of options. And that to me can be the most challenging type of being stuck. Be more specific. Tell me what you're looking for and how it's limited in this small town.
I guess I originally kind of wanted to go into theater or radio or television. I really was interested in those job fields, as possibly being a producer or somebody that would help create those type of shows.
Okay.
And obviously in small town Nebraska, that's not really available here. So.
Okay. Well, tell me what exists in those areas. So forget about job title and the function, but let's just talk about the space. So we've got radio, we've got theater. What else would I be adding to that list?
Possibly television. I mean, I really just like the idea of putting on a show of putting all the pieces together to create one big.
Okay. How big of a town is Norfolk?
There's about 20,000 people.
Okay, not bad. That's bigger than I thought you were going to say, but that is a small town. What's the nearest decent size, something over 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 people? What's the nearest thing?
It's probably about a 2-hour drive away.
And there's no opportunity for you and your husband to kind of sit down and identify a bigger town where he can do what he loves and you can pursue what you want to do, or are you guys pretty anchored there?
We're pretty anchored. My husband's a church worker, so we've been called to this church here, and leaving isn't really an option.
Okay. Do you feel, I get that. Does he feel like he's called to that church for a really long time or just for the next season? I mean, what's that look like?
Probably this next season. Usually the job length that he usually goes through is about 7 to 10 years. We're in a space, and then
how long have you been there?
About 5 years.
So we're coming up on a potential change. Right. I think that's important. I want to talk about the now, but I also want to at least acknowledge the next. Does he, I'm assuming you all have had conversations about your vision and what you'd love to do, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And what does he say about it? Does he say, hey, hang in there, we eventually could move to a bigger metropolitan area where more of these opportunities will be available? And what's his input on this?
He's definitely very supportive, and he wants me to pursue something that I'm passionate about.
Okay, what kind of money do you need to make? Do you need money, or are you guys okay on his income?
No, I definitely need to work.
How much?
In order to pay the bills, probably around 40 to 50,000.
Okay, so let's talk about what's there. Is there a local radio station?
There is, yes.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 5? What are we talking about?
There's one, but it's definitely towards the farmer audience.
Yeah, exactly. And I can tell you right now, Joe and I are no small town radio. For her to make 40 to 50K, Joe, she'd have to be essentially the general manager. So so that's a challenge. Then in the local theater, you've probably got some type of local theater, right? Some type of like small town theater.
Not really. There's a local community college, but they maybe put on a production once every couple years.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my take. I just wanted to ask those couple quick questions. Here's the deal.
Okay.
What you need to do is get a day job. Okay. And then what you need to do is because you've got financial needs. So get the day job, and then you're going to have to figure out with your family schedule and your work schedule how you can volunteer or add a part-time small, it's an hourly position. It's not going to be a bunch of money, but, could you do something at the community college and be involved in their couple of productions a year, even to the point of volunteering? I would at least keep your mind open to the radio station as well. It may not be, again, much time, but, could you do something where you're producing some type of, and even hosting or helping produce some type of community events through the station or through your local Parks and Rec. I mean, I'm just brainstorming all the ways that you could be involved in producing some type of live event or entertainment production. Make sense?
Yes.
Because here's why I want you to do that. That will at least feed that passion, okay? And it keeps it fired up. It's like keeping a fire going. You know what I mean? You're not building this raging fire, but we're going to put 2 logs on at a time. Then when one log burns, we're going to go get another log and put it on there. We're going to keep the fire alive until your husband gets called to a different place. But because he is, and I'm glad he's going to support you, I would really keep the pressure on to say, hey, babe, the next stop, there's got to be a way that you're called, because ministry's ministry. And yes, I do believe in direct calling and guiding to certain places, but boy, it sure would be great if he's open and prays for an opportunity to get into a place where you can do what you love as well, because I think that's important. So that's what you're going to do in the short term. The long term, we're going to go full time into that. But right now, we got to get a day job, and we're going to do a little bit of the dream job for hourly work or volunteering.